Treasures in NIKKE are a system that since they were released have been kind of controversial. Some people don't care about them, some people like them, and some people dislike them for multiple reasons. I'm not here to discuss all of those viewpoints today. You can stand whenever you want on that case. I personally like the concept and the idea of treasures. I think it's poorly executed, like a lot of things Shift Up does. Now today I want to talk about another 4 characters that I've been making infographics for and checking their skills to see what has changed. And the reason we're mentioning treasures this time is because these characters have parts of their treasures embedded into their normal kits. This applies to Miranda, to Diesel, to Exia, and even Helm on the beta, but Helm is still not on the Chinese version, so I will not be talking about Helm today. I'm only gonna be talking about the characters that are in-game in the Chinese version, and then we'll keep going with that. Couple of things before we start, right? First of all, in terms of chocolate mummies, a lot of people have been sharing pictures of Nor whitewashed, saying that that is the version CN is getting. This is just a meme, it's a good meme, but not confirmed. So it's to stop believing random posts online, okay, of everything you see, unless you see someone playing the game and you see them showing promotions or whatever it is. For now, it's nothing but a meme. And the other thing that I make a separate video on, it's on the Shift Up Defense Force, aka the people who keep defending all of the changes and put random excuses as to why these changes are happening, right? As to why the CN version is better or worse depending who you ask. That's it, that's for another video probably. Today focus, another 4 characters and why it looks like treasures might not be a system in CN. As usual, before we start, hello the nerds, welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict. Leave a like, subscribe, help me grow the channel. Thank you to all my patrons for making this content possible. And let's start with Exia. Why not? So there is a couple of things when it comes to all of these characters. First of all, they don't have the full treasure kit on the Chinese version. They have only parts of the kit or it has been changed, which is interesting. This could mean some of the characters we see in the Chinese version might be getting a treasure in global. For example, Epinel could be one of the new characters getting a treasure, and she could be getting all of these changes that we already saw on the previous video. That will be something interesting to see. And that said, going back to Exia, the only thing that has changed is skill 2. It's like the treasure. So the treasure for Exia will have 2 parts on skill 2. On the Chinese version it's only 1, and it goes from last bullet, activating the hacking code buff, to just having on full charge shot. So this is a lot easier to stack and you don't have to worry about maintaining your stacks at all. The only other thing that changes is on the burst. If you are in hacking code, so if you are fully stacked on this, having 5 stacks, you basically will also be giving 10 enemies with the highest defense, 10% of increased damage taken for 10 seconds, which is pretty good. So if I come back here, so you guys can see this and we go to favorite items into Exia, which I don't have, I don't care too much about her. As you can see, phase 2 on the burst, right, is giving the damage taken. This is new, as you can see, this is not here. So the CN version is taking this line and putting it there directly. And the phase 3 would be the skill 2 right here. So this is when the last round of ammunition hits, and now it's changing to when landing an attack with full charge. The thing that changes is that on global, she's also buffing electric code allies, but now she's only buffing herself, as far as I could see at least. Maybe I mistranslated, but as far as I could see, she's only buffing herself. A nice change, since at least the skill 2 on full charge means you can stack this a lot easier. A lot of characters in the CN version are getting damage taken buffs and debuffs, which is nice and will help early on. But we'll see how useful it is long term, because these characters, right, without cooldown reduction, B1s, B2s, that don't have big buffs, of course for us right now would be kind of useless, right? The next character I want to go through is Miranda. Miranda has been changed a little bit as well. So Miranda, and we can go guys if you guys want to the normal one here on global. As you can see, the treasure is making it so she buffs 2 characters instead of 1. On CN, this remains only 1 ally, is not changing, and it's the same values. But skill 2 and skill 1 are changing a little bit. So if I come here on a skill 2, as you can see, she is giving herself a lot of crit rate and a lot of attack damage. She is also giving herself this on the Chinese version, and it's attack damage, it's not attack. I was double checking the translations, and this one is attack damage, not attack. Attack damage this early on for the Chinese version, it's really good. Even if she's an SMG and not an amazing character, it's still fantastic. Because remember that for us, attack damage buffs were something we didn't start getting until like what, a year ago maybe? like half a year ago, like characters with like really big attack damage buffs, right? So this is pretty nice. It's not an incredible change or anything, but it's welcome. And she's also getting a 30% attack buff for herself on a skill 1, which you will be getting right here as well on the treasure. It's a smaller buff. It goes from 50% on global to just 30% on the Chinese version. So those are the changes basically on Miranda. It's not a character that, in my opinion, will get a lot of usage even on CN. Again, even while getting the attack damage and the attack, it's a B1, no CDR, so it's really hard justifying bringing her into anything. That's it about Miranda. We can talk about the next character. That's gonna be Diesel. Diesel has the same thing as the other two girls. She just got one line from her treasure baked into the Chinese kit, basically. So if we go here into Diesel, best girl, honestly, she's a really good girl, and we go into the burst skill right here. Normally she would only be dealing damage and taunting, but with the treasure she's also increasing her max HP by 100%. In this case, however, she is increasing it by 50%, and that is the only change in the whole kit. I believe the rest stays the same, so it's the only line that has been changed. This will help Diesel early on survive a little bit more, but it's not a change that will make or break this character, to be honest. She can be used for a lot of content and even for train, depending on what characters you have. I got her LB1. I will try to keep pushing to see if I can get a couple more copies, and I might put her on my main team, but for now I'm using Almi, but because she has heals and a bunch of different buffs that are a lot better than global. That's it about Diesel. Let's talk about the last character for today's video. Now, this is not a treasure, this is just Privaty, okay? Privaty with her skin. Hey, Shift Up, give me this skin. I like it. I'll buy it. I'll give you money. I'm telling you, I will give you money for this skin, okay? So, Privaty has only as well one line that has been changed, and that's on skill 2. So, for some reference, with the two versions open at the same time, I get lost sometimes, bro. So, the only thing that Privaty has changed is that she will be getting also damage taken debuff. So, if we come here, as you can see, the only thing is on skill 2, she is just dealing damage on last bullet, and if they are stunned, she will be dealing even more damage. On the CM version, she's also applying damage taken debuff for 5 seconds to the same enemy on last bullet. It's a nice change. It's not something that will help you or, again, make Privaty a T0 character, but Privaty early on is strong. Privaty was always a character that helped us a lot early on because of the stun, and even on hard mode, she was used for a while just because of the stun. So she's a character that will be getting usage unless they decide to release really fast, really powerful characters, right? Like specific pilgrims, be it Toro, be it Cinderella. I don't know. I have no idea what the plan is or the schedule for CN. But those are the 4 characters I wanted to talk a little bit today. It looks like a lot of treasures are just getting baked into the characters directly. I don't know if this could be used as a reference for us to know what characters will be getting buffed, because for example, Epinel is changed, but yet you have characters like Nobel that have the same kit, like Sugar, like Scarlet, that have the same kit, right? So this could be used as a reference to know what treasures Shift Up is cooking. That's it. We'll see. I have no fucking idea. And that's gonna be it for this video. Enough japping. We're gonna be live later, like every single day. Feel free to drop by. Links in the description. Also, I never mentioned it, but I think I should be mentioning it. We have a website with guides for gachas, guys, okay? We have our tier list. We have everything in here. If you need help with NIKKE or other gacha games, mostly Kumari gacha games, okay? Let's be honest. I enjoy my fan service. Alright? That's it. That's gonna be it for this video. Love you all bastards. Good luck with your pool dinner rates. I'll see you in the next one.